RFL post-game interview. Well, guys, with a final score of 15-6, our team lost in round one of the playoffs in a game that we had led 6-0 at half. Fell apart with a turnover that resulted in a pick six and a 100-yard rushing touchdown. Sucks to see the season end this way, but we'll be back next year, stronger and faster. We got some dudes who want to play ball and actually care, and we got some talent this year for the first time ever. So I'd say first time as a program, coming in, being competitive in the league. Every game we played was competitive. We had a chance to win every single game, even down to the wire with some of them. A whole bunch of one-score games. We had 2 one-score games. We won the scrimmage, and we dominated in our win against Dodder-Daters. With that being said, the stat line for the day was, honestly, if you look at the stats, it really wasn't that bad. Zach had 1 pick and 1 touchdown, which really isn't horrible. That's actually great. He had a lot of completions. I'd say he only had a couple incompletions, actually. We ran the ball well. We executed on defense very well. We couldn't stop their quarterback from running, though. We had one huge goal line stand. Again, our goal line defense proves to be the best in the league. I didn't have a touchdown this game. I break my 3-game streak with a touchdown. I also ended the game with, I think, 2 catches. Yeah, I had 2 catches. Max had a catch. Cam gashed him today with his legs. He had 2 or 3 catches as well. Bryce ended up having a catch. On the defensive side of the ball, Alex had a pass breakup in the end zone that's sealed. He had a pass breakup in the end zone. I think that's about it for the stats. It was honestly it was a hard loss. I will say it was a hard loss. Penalties was the killer. Penalties put us in the grave there. We couldn't keep our mouths shut, and I couldn't stop lining up offsides, apparently, for whatever reason. There was a lot of calls that should have been made, but there were no on 3 instances. Zach got hit twice in the backfield after the play was over, and then I had a horrible missed call that should have been a pass interference. I got smacked in the face as I came down with a spectacular ball. Unfortunately, I landed out of bounds, so that might be why the call was not made, but I was forced out of bounds by getting hit in the head. Miserable game by the refs, unfortunately, but that's football. Gotta win regardless if there's bad calls or good calls. The only thing I will say, the other team didn't get called for any penalties, so that's a little suspect. I'd say we had more talent, we had more speed, we had more strength, we had more passion than they did, and they just looked weak, honestly. It looked like they were a middle school football team, and it showed in their passing game, it showed in the run game. The only person there was 3 people maybe, and really, in my opinion, 1, that we couldn't get hands around and make a play, and it killed us. It killed us, unfortunately. And then a pick six, minus a pick six, we could go down and score and win the game. But winnable game, another winnable football game that we lost, unfortunately. We'll lose by 9 in the playoffs. That sucks, especially how it ended. Zach got ejected I nearly got ejected, but the game ended when I started running my mouth. And Zach will more than likely be banned, and I don't know about myself yet, but couldn't keep our mouths shut at the end of the game, which drew multiple fouls back to back. Eventually Zach got ejected for making verbal comments to me, not to the ref, but to me. The ref overheard it and threw him out, which was, in my opinion, honestly ridiculous. Because it doesn't matter if you're doing a bad job. I should be able to talk to you about your bad job to my teammate. But I guess if you overhear, it's still a penalty. So whatever. That ref, the Discord mod Blondie Warrior, had to go and do that. Honestly, I felt great. We looked athletic. I made a tough grab for a first down, and I gashed him on a decent slant route or an in or whatever it was. So I had a decent game. 2 catches is nowhere near what I'd like to have. With one ball I couldn't get to quite, and then another got called out of bounds, unfortunately. Max had a great touchdown. It was spectacular. It was definitely something I wish that was recorded. It was a beautiful head-top ball, ran all the way to the end zone. Like I said, Cam had a great game. Justin, only good on defense. Braden did good on defense. Oscar came in, did some great things. Alex really shined today. I'm excited about him in the future. But yeah, we got some positives to look back on, but we got a lot of negatives, and those negatives have to be corrected if we want to do anything in the 4v4 tournament. But we're on to dodgeball now. The RFL season has officially ended in 4 weeks, so that's that. That is that.